I was ecstatic, very, very, very happy. You have no idea how many times I wanted to give up, but I actually decided. Hello friends, it's that time of the year again. It's January, it's time to make a review of the past year 2022. Welcome if you're new here, or welcome back, and let's start. Can you imagine that this is the 4th review I'm doing? Wow! I will link the previous reviews in the description box below, and you will also see maybe last year's review in the cards up here. And the first 2 years I had more questions. I cut it down a little last year, so I will keep the more cut down version for this review. Question number 1. Did you do something in 2022 that you've never done before? Yes, one thing that I've never done before. As many of you know, we adopted a rescue dog, or actually he came and adopted us. Never done that before. I did have a cat for just 1 year, many years ago, but I've never had a dog. Number 2, did you change something big in your life? Yes, the same as number 1. What has changed is that we now have an animal, a dog that we care for, so our life has changed and will change. The last few months have been a whirlwind of emotions and a lot of work, and also immense rewards. So it is a very big change. Number 3, which countries did you visit last year? The world opened up a little bit more, and we went to Egypt again, spent a whole month almost there with my husband's family mostly. So the only country we visited was Egypt. I would like to change it this year, this new year 2023, and maybe visit even for a few days a different country. It would be lovely. It would be really lovely to see something new, if it will be possible. Who knows? Next one. Best buy of 2022. I dare say it's the bed in our new bedroom in the countryside. It's a very, very lovely bed. You haven't seen it. You have seen maybe a little bit of the interior in the living room, but you haven't seen anything else. And the bed was quite expensive, but it's a very lovely bed. And the second best buy, probably something else for the house, as we will need all those things. Question 5. Did something made you really happy last year? Absolutely. The moment I stepped into the Red Sea in Hurghada, which we were a few days before we went to visit my husband's family in Egypt. The moments when I stepped into the sea and every day I could soak in that sea, I was ecstatic. You have absolutely no idea how I missed the sea. It was my first experience with warm sea and sea in general in 3-4 years, so that made me really happy. And also I was really happy, very, very, very happy when I got monetized. When my channel finally, after 3.5 years, got monetized. That happened in October of 2022, so a few months ago, and it took me over 1,000 subscribers, 160 videos, and over 3 years to finally get monetized. It was a tough YouTube journey for sure. And many of you probably noticed that I got monetized because I also activated a membership, a possibility of you to join my channel and access different exclusive content like an extra video, different badges, having more contact with me and so on. So a few of you probably noticed that
the money is abysmally low.
I still haven't even gotten my first salary from YouTube because you need to reach a threshold, and I haven't reached that. I will talk more about it later in this video. But it did make me extremely happy at the beginning of October when I finally got that email and it all went through. Oh, Question number 6. Did you miss something in 2022 that you would like to have in 2023? Yes, more free time, more time just to be. I didn't have much of that last year. The first few months of that year, 2022, were very tough. Then we were finishing the interior of the house, then we went to Egypt, and then for almost like 4 months we were traveling back and forth between the countryside and Warsaw. It was absolutely exhausting. And that was after starting to build the house in 2021, which was also extremely exhausting. So I would really appreciate having more time, just more time to be and just relaxing more, because I really need that. Next one, which dates will you always remember? I'm thinking end of February 2022 when the war in Ukraine started. Why? Because we entered phase number 2 of the script that is being played out in front of our eyes, and be absolutely sure that phase number 3 is coming and will probably come this year or maybe next one. So that's a date I will always remember. And also beginning of October when I got monetized finally. And before that, September when Safrush, our little boy who is just sleeping here next to me, of course, when he came into our life. So 3 dates, February, September, beginning of October. Number 8, what do you wish you had done more of in 2022? I think I wish I had spent more time with my family. I didn't have as much time with my family this year as I have had in the previous years, because of all the work in the countryside and also being away quite a long time in Egypt and so on. So I wish I had more time with my family. I did, of course, have time, but not as much as I would like to. And number 9, what do you wish you had done less of in 2022? Oh, absolutely less of turmoil, less of exhaustion, less of going back and forth, less of irritating discussions, less of all these things for sure. Question number 10, favorite TV show in 2022. I watched very few TV shows again. I know with lockdowns and everything, people started to watch more TV, but we started to watch less even than before. I did watch one. I watched the first 2 seasons in spring and the last and third season in December, and that is the TV show Dead to Me. It's crime, it's comedy, it's dark, it's sarcastic. You need to have strong nerves for this one and not be offended by very strange jokes about death and stuff. It's hilarious. I truly recommend it. Check it out. Dead to Me. Best book you read in 2022? It was a new discovery. I did mention it in summer, I think. It was the series about a vet in England, written by James Herriot. And I love the whole series. I love his books. I still haven't read all of them. I read maybe the first 4, I believe, but they are delightful, really delightful. They put me in such a good mood. So those books about the vet. 12, biggest music discovery in 2022. Nothing. I didn't really listen to a lot of music at all. And when I listened, it was the same old things. 13, biggest success privately. That has to be continuing with my YouTube channel and finally getting monetized, which I already mentioned. And I did say I would say a little more about that. I haven't even gotten my first salary from them. Yes, in 3 months I have barely made 100 zloty, which is $22. Can you imagine? That's how much the ads and everything pay. And that's also together with someone being a member of my channel and paying a fee, so that's including that. And you need a threshold of probably around $80 for them to pay out it, so I don't know how many more months that will take me. If after 3 months I've had, I don't know, $22. So yeah, that's why for a small channel like mine, memberships are very important, I think, more than for big channels, because I can quicker reach the threshold and getting like a regular, small payment. But that is the biggest success privately.
You have no idea how many times I wanted to give up.
How many times I was depressed about my channel. How many times I had anxiety after I published a video and saw that very few people were clicking on it, were giving me a thumbs up, were writing comments. I could have a whole bad day because of that. I never, talked about it because you need to be positive and, no one wants to hear anyone complaining, why are you not liking my video and commenting on it. Bola was a big support, especially in the first year or two. He was always supporting me and telling me to keep going. So that is also thanks to him. And you don't know this, but I actually decided in summer 2022, if I didn't get monetized in 2022, so last year, I would give up. That was my decision. It was set in stone. I saw that I am quite close, but I said, if I don't manage, that's it. It's over. I'm done. And then October came and I did get monetized. So maybe I will set a similar goal this year, that I need to reach some thresholds for payments sooner. I will see. Biggest mistake? I'm thinking that maybe my biggest mistake was that I didn't understand how YouTube works earlier. You have to know that to get monetized, you need 4,000 watch hours in the last year, not calendar year, in the last year, like from the day you're checking, and over 1,000 subscribers. And you have to know that during the 3 years, I have around 9,000 watch hours. So much more than you need. But I didn't have 4,000 in the last year, like counting, I don't know, from let's say July 2022 to July 2021. I didn't have 4,000, but during the whole time when I had my channel, I had 9,000 watch hours. So I wish I understood more how it works earlier. I think I could have gotten monetized earlier. I would probably just put out more videos in a shorter amount of time, and I would do a few things differently. Were you more happy or more sad compared to other years? I don't know, it's hard to say. The last years have been tough. I think I'm the same, not too happy, not extremely sad, but I did have some huge hardships in the beginning of 2022. Which I've never talked about, so last half year has been more joyful. Question 16, what did you spend the most money on? On the interior of the house for sure, on the tiles, the floors, the bathrooms, the toilets. It's huge amounts of money, huge amounts of money. Something you wished for and got in 2022? Yes. One thing was that I wished to get monetized, and it finally happened on my YouTube channel. And yeah, I did get a few other things privately. And also an animal. I really wished for an animal. And something you wished for and didn't get in 2022. There were some things. What did you do for your birthday in 2022? It was a round birthday. I think you can guess how old I am. And I really wished for a real cake, chocolate cake from the bakery, exclusive cake. And I got it, my husband bought it for me, and I was overjoyed. Question 20. Anything that would have made 2022 a better year for me? Yeah, few things that are private, but also for sure if we didn't have a mortgage on the house we built, that would have made last year a better year. We wouldn't have to have so much stress around it. And also if I didn't lose my job, which happened in October of last year, I really liked that job, which is maybe the second time in my life that I can say that I liked a job, and it was a very good job, really, honestly. So I would have preferred to stay in that job, and if I didn't lose it, it would have made 2022 a better year, for sure. 2 questions left. What made you feel good in 2022?
Spending lots of cuddle time
with our dog. And when he got lost and he was found, having him with me, that made me feel so good. Swimming in the ocean, swimming in the lakes. And question 22. What did you miss? What or who? I missed going more traveling with my husband, just the two of us, not, visiting any family, just us going somewhere which didn't happen, or we did go on one little trip in Poland, which was lovely. But I would have liked to have more of that. I missed, as weird as it sounds, to be more in Warsaw. We are planning to move to the countryside. We were actually planning to move this year, but it didn't happen, so it's going to happen for sure in 2023. That you can be sure of. I feel safe in this apartment because I know it. The countryside is all new, wild, exciting, but also scary. Yeah. That's all. I'm thinking this video is very, very long. I hope you stayed until the end. And let me know what is the best thing and the worst thing that happened for you in 2022, if you want to, in the comments below. I would really love to read that. And I wish you all a very positive 2023. For all of us, for you and me. I'm sending you lots of love and joy and good vibrations your way. God's blessing, and thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.